Okay, right here.
You talking about?
All right, so we're about to react. So we're about to react to Jidion confronts H3H3 on this podcast. There's been a little bit of banter between both of them, and as y'all know, I'm on Jidion's side. So let's just see how it goes. Let's just skip this commercial. Okay, I ain't paying for no YouTube. Okay, here we go.
All right, I'm letting him back in.
Okay, he's back.
Here we go. All right, Jidion, can you hear us this time?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
There you go.
Okay, hey, welcome back to the show. Thank you for calling.
No, thank
Bro, look, okay, so right here, H3H3, he looks very scared of what's about to happen. He just hopes and prays that nothing bad happens to him. And not, like, he doesn't want to be confronted with being called racist. I just know it. I just expect it. Look at him, he's just shaking already.
Thanks for having me.
Jidion, nice
It's just
to
crazy.
meet you. Nice to talk.
No, I just feel like it's been like, there we go. Can you see my face now?
Gideon is like,
There we
my
go.
father.
Okay, what's up?
What's up, Ethan? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
I learned a lot from you.
First thing first, Wan, I love you, bro. You're
Shout out.
Yes, sir,
Shout
Whittier.
out.
Wan.
Appreciate you.
W Dan.
Whittian.
Yes, sir, Whittier.
Yeah.
So, my editor was kind of telling me about the video. I haven't got the chance to watch your response yet because I was gonna watch it later on my stream. But he had told me that you were really upset about the thumbnail, and I really don't even look at my second channel. He just posts the clips and stuff. So when he told me and I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "Change it." So
Okay, that's nice. I
Damn.
appreciate that. The new one's a little weird though, too. Maybe you can explain this.
Look
It
at him.
says,
Act like
Look
an
at him
educated
act like
African.
an educated African American. I don't know what that means.
Yo. No. Oh my god, these commercials, bro. Look like an educated African American. He just
I
wants to
think I
laugh.
know what he was
Gideon
trying to go
wants to
for
laugh
there.
so bad.
What?
I'm
What?
Bro, look at him.
man, he's talking about your
He-
best friend
Ethan's
Keemstar,
laughing.
I think. A little play on words.
Look at him act like an educated African American.
Do you not like
Man,
that
he
one?
still doesn't get
if
it.
not, I can.
I
tell him
don't
to change
get it. It seems
Oh
like it's
my
another.
god. He doesn't
that I
want to
know
get
of.
it.
'Cause
I'll
it's-
tell him after this to change it for you.
Yeah. So, I guess. Well, since you're here, I guess we can talk
His
about
little hand.
the video because you
Come
accused
on,
me
Ethan.
of what I felt was like a light jab about the
When you went
most
to the
racist
KKK.
town in America video you made.
Yeah.
You called me a liberal racist, and I am intrigued by that. I just was hoping you unpacked it a little more
I mean,
in your
you
video.
kinda
So
are,
maybe you can
man.
do that for me here.
Nah, yeah.
You used to be right,
I don't think
but now
I
you're
called you a
turning
liberal
left. Come on,
racist,
Ethan,
'cause
we
me
kinda know
personally, I
it.
don't think you're a racist.
I
But
think you said that
I do-
verbatim.
I said that was liberal racism.
Okay.
This is liberal racism. So, because I said the same thing about Hassan. So,
Okay, so liberal racism. What does that mean?
Yeah, and then Gideon
so
and
I feel like
Hassan are
I
now
feel
friends,
like
I
you know
think.
what conservative racism is, right?
They're in
your
TwitchCon, no?
white picket fence, all American family. Hates immigrants, doesn't like the stereotypical racist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the pretty much
Living
when
in
you think of
Texas.
racist, you think of someone that's outwardly like, I hate black people, people that are against BLM. That's what I think of, with racism. But then
Yeah, I got you.
I feel like what kind of comes under the rug and people really don't talk about is liberal racism. And what I think liberal racism and a lot of other black people in the black community, we feel like what liberal racism is like white people thinking, or not even white
Her
people,
blocking
but
Ethan's
it's
face.
mostly white
Oh my
people
gosh.
thinking they know better than black people, thinking like they have to save us. More of like a
Fail.
white savior complex. Like, pretty sure you heard of white savior, right?
Yeah, I know what that is.
So that's what I mean by
That's what
liberal
you are.
racism. So I just felt really patronized when you were like, "Oh, look at him
Why does it
parading
look
for
so
the
blurry?
KKK," and yeah, it was a light jab and stuff, and I got emotional. So that's on me for getting emotional. I should have articulated my words a little bit better to get my
Articulate.
point across. But we all say things we regret, right? Well,
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Right,
necessarily
Ethan.
regret
Right,
it, but I
right.
regret how I phrased it.
So how would you like to phrase it? Because I am interested in unpacking that.
I just felt patronized. I just felt
Patronized.
yeah.
Mm.
So, because I guess the criticism of that video was just that you went there and you're like, these guys are all like, we can talk with these people and we can have a conversation with them. You're talking to that KKK guy who was basically
Treat
like,
in a way that is apparently kind of hurtful, but
you
that
can't come
betrays
to
of
my
a feeling of
church.
superiority.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he
okay.
said that.
Okay.
And he thinks that like whites and black people should be separated.
He does.
So I guess I just don't.
You just don't want them to
Well,
talk to each
before-
other.
Yeah, you kind of
Before
just
I
gave
say
him a
what I
platform to
say,
talk.
You don't want it to be
uncontested, that's all.
revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear from you. What did in that situation for you to have not said that? What would you have liked me to like say or condemn
Damn,
him on
questions on him.
in that
Like,
situation?
damn, I'm stuck. I don't know.
Well, first I'll say I think we all see that the video had good intentions, and you want to, and like we get what you're trying to do out there, and you know,
Dude,
I
he's just
think-
trying to talk to
and
him,
I've
bro.
made
He's
this
just trying to have
mistake
fun,
before.
man.
When
He's
I've
not
had
trying to
people
change
like
his
Jordan
mind.
Peterson on, or even Joey Salads, I once debated him, and the problem is, when
Yeah, you
talk
freaking
with
took off the
people
video
that
from Jordan Peterson,
incendiary,
bro.
with that
You took it off from YouTube.
undefensible, and a lot of them lie and mislead shit. You kind of have
So
to be
Jidion is
equipped
misleading?
to
How is he
respond
misleading?
to it appropriately, right? You kind of have to be
Saying that
prepared.
racism is right.
Otherwise, they're left to say whatever they want, kind of unchecked, and in a way, you kind of just let the guy give his platform out, and without being, without challenging him in a way that I think would have been meaningful. But that being said, I understand what you were trying to do, and it was.
So do you feel like I came in there like unequipped and I wasn't prepared really, and I just kind of gave him a platform? Like, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But is that what you think? I came in there unequipped?
I think that you are, yeah, a little bit, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, to say to that, actually, I know, from the title, it's kind of like you probably were thinking, oh yeah, he went there to.
I mean, you have to come in unprepared, sort
Say
of, kinda,
racism
right?
doesn't exist.
Well, kind of not ready.
I don't know if you realized the outfit I had
you're not
on.
ready
I was
with
like
what's to come.
sagging, had a white tank top. I really had no idea what type of video I was gonna do there.
I mean, he came in crazy.
I've never been there. I just seen the video and stuff. But when I got there,
He's
got
a
to
G for
talking to
doing
the
that, bro.
minorities
Coming in with
of
a
the
tank top.
place, figuring out, and then learning that okay, it's not actually the town of Harrison. It's this little town of Zinc. Where the KKK compound is, then
Jidion
going over
still
to Zinc,
remembers.
finding out it's not even the town of Zinc, it's literally just that compound, and how pretty much everybody in that area doesn't like them. And I got everybody else's opinion about it. Everybody was cussing them out, talking about how much they dislike them. And then I go on his property to go talk to him. And me personally, I feel as though to grow as humans, like if I was just to go there and he talked and I'm like, you fucking racist, you're wrong. Obviously
Yeah,
would have got a lot of clicks, would have got a lot of views and everything.
Man, would've gotten
But at
killed.
the end of the day, what would have God done? I feel he
I don't
got his
think that's
point
the only way to confront people, right? I mean, you don't have to
Yeah.
yell and scream and stuff. Like, that would be, I don't know. For me, it's like if I go to, like, neo-Nazis and be like, yo, we can have a conversation.
I'm not gonna lie,
You just,
Nico
you just
Omilana
want me to fucking die.
Did it kind of
But
better.
I
He
don't
did
know.
it better,
I
though.
get what you were going for, right?
He
And
came
it's
in
But like,
super prepared.
let's say, you're Jewish, right?
Yes.
So
Oh, he
let's
is? What
say
the
you
fudge?
did
I
a
didn't
video
know.
where you went to like a neo-Nazi camp and you had a conversation with them. And for the most part, it was a civil conversation. He said what, he has to say, which is absolutely wrong and I don't agree with. And then, you say your piece and then you leave it at that. And let's say I was to hop on and be like, oh, look at Ethan parading for the neo-Nazis. He's all
I
campaigning
didn't say
for
you're
them.
parading.
I think you said campaigning, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you said, I think I said, like, giving them a platform.
No,
I think-
you said campaigning, but it's all good though. It's all good.
Well, it doesn't matter. But my intention was that I didn't say campaigning.
But I mean,
well, it does
I
matter.
feel like it does matter because it to me it offended me,
Yeah.
And I know you like talked about Keem and everything Keem said, and like, bro, I'm not stupid. We all know the video where Keem said the hard R like
A
what
bunch of
3-4
N-words.
times,
And then you too.
and
Ethan.
me personally, I don't consider him a racist. Like, no offense, you said
Respect
the
that.
hard R
Damn.
like
Damn.
2-3 times. I don't consider you a racist. Like people say stuff. It's like I know a racist and I know, someone that just says something. and that guy was a racist.
Dang,
But
like, damn,
I knew
why do
going
we
there
get
that he
Jidion
wasn't going to
here?
change his mind.
Bring
And
it
that's
back
not
to
what I
past.
wanted to go there for. I'm not going there
Look at him
to
biting
try
his
to
lip.
change his mind because it's just not going to happen. And I feel like that's the problem where the left
So
and the right get into an endless debate where one side tries to say changes the other side's mind, then the other side gets mad that they're trying to change their mind, so they want to rebel against them. And it's another ending thing. I just wanted to put out there what they thought. And then I feel like the rest of the video spoke for itself. It's like, even though there's this much hatred,
Why
there's
did you
this
want
much
to put
love
out what
over
they
in the
thought,
city.
or why did you want to put out what they thought?
It's the same reason why, you know,
Open the
you talk
world.
about Andrew Tate. You know, it needs to be talked about.
Did you criticize it though?
I did. I feel like it's pretty obvious that I stand against everything he says.
Yeah, I think I can boil it down to this point, which is basically there's some things that are not even, if you engage it,
Off
it
the rails.
legitimizes it in a way that like it doesn't even need to be engaged. Like it's not even a conversation. Like if I went to a Nazi rally, I was like, tell me about why you think all Jews should die. It's like that's not going to be a productive conversation simply by the fact that there's no real way.
But wait, he wasn't even trying to legitimize it, bro. He was just there just to try to have a conversation with the guy, just to pick his brain up, bro. Like he's not there to change his mind or try to open up the world to be like, okay, we're gonna make more races, more races, more races, just because of the conversation. No, he's just opening up a conversation. That's all he's having.
Way to
I don't
justify
know what
that,
he's
and
saying,
even by engaging it
legitimize.
like it's a reasonable argument, you in a way legitimize it and turn that conversation into what like a legitimate conversation that's really not.
It's not a legitimate conversation. That's why I wasn't adding on to it. That's why I wasn't agreeing with him. I just let him talk. And I said, well, why can't I join the church? It was more to flesh out everything that he thought. Because when you really get down to it, he said everything he thought. And then he ended up saying that more white people hurt him and offended him more in his life than black people. So it's like, okay, if white people did more bad stuff to you in your life than black people, but you'll let white people into your church, then why is this hatred of black people coming from and other races coming from?
It's just traditional,
so then,
I guess.
that's what I was trying to get down to. Is he's already showing. I haven't even. He said in the video, I think he said I haven't had a problem with black people. I've had more problems with white people. But there's still this stigma of this racism. So obviously it boils down to something. And I feel like as a generation, the more we talk about it, the more that it will be excluded because we see it's wrong. And if you look at it today, I feel like in any point in time in history, especially here in America, you know, racism is going down more and more and more as the new generation sees.
So don't you think he was?
I think so.
Don't you think he was able to? I mean, his message to you, because he knows he's on camera, was very scaled back, right? Like if you had a hidden camera and him and his homie talking about black people or Jews or whatever, it would have been a lot more vile. So in a way, he was able to do some nice PR on camera for you. And also, I will say at one point that really kind of took me back is when you guys ended your conversation and he said, is there anything you want to say to the people? And he goes, thanks for listening. And I was like, oh, damn, that's kind of fucked up that he got to just like platform his beliefs like that. That all being said, I think the video is overall good, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, you fucked up and the video's horrible and you should never made it.
Okay,
I think
director.
What Hassan was originally trying to do was just, you know, level some criticism at your approach, and I think ultimately maybe you got a little defensive about it, but I understand that as well.
You know, I got defensive about it. Me personally, I feel
Ethan, you're trying to
being upset about it was
patronize,
justified.
bro.
But
Patronize.
I should have took more time to, you know, react to his video and your video beforehand, where I can have all my points written down, where I can say it in a cohesive manner and stuff. But that's not what happened. You know, I like to do live reactions.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I get it. Me too.
So I got emotional, and I said that. I feel like my, you know, how I feel still stands, but I feel like now coming on here, you know, I kind of got to flesh out more of how I thought. You know, you're not racist, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
No. Yeah.
Oh, no, of course not. No, of course. Of course not.
Then,
but I don't understand. I still don't understand the accusation of me being a liberal racist.
I feel like you were exhibiting liberal racism.
So how? I just don't understand that, because that's a pretty harsh thing to level against someone.
And I feel that. So I'm gonna tell you why I think you were exhibiting liberal racism.
Yeah.
So
damn, he's about to point it out. Damn.
In the left side,
Pause.
I feel, you know, they're pretty strong allies with, like, you know, the black community, BLM. But you know,
LGBTQ
I feel like especially the entire black community,
plus.
what we're starting to see is, especially around election time, we're more used for votes than it is for actually helping our people.
Damn, he's being
I think
honest
it
over
was
here.
a George Floyd bill that was supposed to be signed after he had died about police brutality and everything. But that bill to this day still hasn't been signed. But I think Asian Lives Matter bill has been signed by him. And I feel also that some LGBTQ bill was signed by him. But that bill,
But nothing with Black Lives Matter.
it was around the George Floyd era. But that bill to this day has yet to been signed. And
how was I being a liberal racist?
So how you were being a liberal racist
Look at
is,
him
you know,
looking.
instead of you saying, you know, if you would have said, hey, Jidion, you know, you gave him a platform, man. You should have attacked this more. I see, like, the way you said it there, cool. But in the video, there goes Jidion campaigning for the neo-Nazis. And, you know, you know what we call that in the black community? You probably don't know what that is because, you know, you're not in the black community. But basically... a lot of other black people had the same sentiment. It's basically you kind of call me an Uncle Tom. So like an Uncle Tom is someone.
Oh,
I know what Uncle Tom is. Yeah, no, I know
yeah.
Wait, did you call him Uncle Tom?
Like, you were basically calling me an Uncle Tom.
No,
but in the nicest way possible.
I think all me and Hassan said was that you just were a little ill-equipped to handle that delicate of a conversation. That's
what
it.
The
I don't
punch?
understand
how do you know
that
how
implies you're
how do you
an Uncle
know
Tom, so to speak.
what to do
or
for him to
maybe
be equipped?
missing.
What does he have to do for him to be equipped? And like, you don't even know,
but,
bro.
You know, that's the thing. Like you and Hassan, you know, no offense to y'all, but you guys stay in y'all studios and you talk about it from afar. And I think in Hassan's video, he said he looks at the empirical data, but you know, I'm pretty sure before he reacted to that video, he didn't even know what Harrison, Arkansas was.
Damn.
But it's just like, you know,
It's
where
like
someone
Hassan,
like me,
you don't damn calling Hassan.
I
Man.
might not be as smart as y'all. You know, it is what
I don't
it
think
is.
it's about that. First of all,
I wanted to go to the field where it said it's the most racist town. I put myself at harm. I put my filmer at harm.
He really did,
we
man.
went there,
I ain't gonna
and
lie.
I feel like we brought something, you know, for the world to see. Because that video, you know, you see that video and you say, "Oh yeah," you know the video I'm talking about in question, where the guy has the BLM sign, and it says, and everybody was calling him the N-word lover and all this stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Was that in the video?
No, it was the video that inspired.
Oh.
Like it was the original.
No, I definitely
where they
agree
shot
that,
the city
like,
and
the
a lot of people were,
concept
like,
and
being
you going
racist.
there was super brave, not knowing what to expect. Like I totally agree that like the video premise is interesting and you're super brave to go there. I just don't know that. Again, I just don't know that I understand still yet the liberal racism.
So the liberal racism part is, you know, it feels, you know, you're a white man telling me, oh, Jidion doesn't understand like this racism. He doesn't really quite understand it. He was ill prepared. He was unequipped. He didn't know what he was talking about. You know, he should have been more prepared. It kind of sounds like, you know,
like he knows
whether
more
you wanted to
about,
sound like that or not. Like you should have been in that situation.
Like he pretty much Jidion was saying like, bro, like Ethan is over here acting like he knows about racism, but yet he doesn't live through it. Yet Jidion like goes through it or has gone through it, and then he pretty much knows what racism is. And then people like freaking H3 and then freaking Hassan are like the ones that are pretty much telling people like, oh, this dude doesn't even know what he's doing out there. He doesn't know what racism is, so he's pretty much ill prepared and stuff like that. And
because you could have been better prepared for it.
That's a leap. I don't think so.
It's not a leap,
I definitely am not equipped to have that conversation as a, you know, as a
white
Jewish
male.
person. That's not my thing. I think obviously you're probably.
But you gave an opinion on me being unequipped for it. Like
so
you said.
Let me ask you this: Is it possible for a black person to not be equipped for that conversation, or are they all just perfectly equipped by the nature of being a black American?
It's not the fact about me being equipped or not. It's the fact of me wanting to have the conversation. It's
so am I not allowed to point that out without being a racist?
No. You can point out anything you want, and I have the right to disagree with anything you say. There was a black man. I don't know if you know about this. He would go to Klan rallies, and he would literally watch them do their burning of the crosses. He would talk to them, and eventually, the white man he was talking to eventually realized, wow, what I'm doing is wrong.
He was in Joe Rogan.
He actually
I forget his name though.
Being a Nazi, and he brought a lot of other people with him. And so it's like, you know, it'll be the same thing if you told that black man when he went. And the thing about that black man, he wouldn't even go there disagreeing with them. He literally did the same thing I did. He went there just to hear what they had to say. And eventually, when you talk to someone and you just keep on spewing what you believe and they don't retaliate or give you their opinion, but they just listen, then you realize, wow, what I'm saying is kind of fucked up. I know you're pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
I know the guy. Yeah, Daryl Davis. Yeah, he's super interesting guy.
What's the difference between what he did and what I did?
Daryl Davis.
Well, well, if you want, first of all, he didn't record it and put it on YouTube.
That's true.
But he made a documentary about it.
Yeah, but also he spent a lot of time building a relationship with these people, right? And speaking off camera, speaking candidly with them. I mean, if you really want to know what's the difference, I mean, you had one short conversation with this guy in which he said, you can't come to my church, and he even was unwilling to shake your hand.
I know, I hated that part, bro.
So, like...
actually, I shook his hand.
You did? Okay.
I shook his
really,
hand,
dude, like...
But anyway, I mean, obviously he developed
can't go to your church,
a deeper relationship with them. Because like you said, clearly you're not changing their mind in any way, which it's very difficult to do. I mean, they're so entrenched in their ideology. But what you did and what he did is very different, no?
So I guess the only difference is he changed his mind because he had more time to be with them and I didn't.
Yeah, more building more of a friendship.
His approaches, but
because he did. I mean, he pretty much built a friendship.
A lot more time
went
to build
inside
the
people's
relations
houses,
and have candid
ate in their houses
about it off camera.
So would you say he was more prepared? Like,
definitely.
But what was he more prepared with besides the fact that obviously he had more time with them? So how can I not be getting prepared for that? You know, what if I go back there and I get to talk to them again?
That'd be great.
But would I still be unprepared?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of prep. I don't know. I mean, look, you're a young man.
Hypotheticals.
You know, I know that guy who did that was like older. He had been through a lot of shit. So I think I don't know what preparation necessarily looks like. I would assume.
Then how are you gonna know how he's unprepared? How are you gonna know he's unprepared if you don't know?
Being prepared to, you know, respond to whatever they're talking. You got to be prepared for. They have logical fallacies that they say and stuff. It's just a matter of being prepared to have that.
Ethan messed up right there so bad. Now he's just like trying to like keep talking because he knows he messed up. Oh my god. Dialogue
and knowing like what's the best way to neutralize or cut through logical fallacies and stuff like that. And and I think experience too as a human being, just being able to like connect with people on a deep empathetic level that you get from age, frankly. But I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's impossible for a young man to do it either.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not a debater like you. You and Hassan, you guys.
Not really a debater, but
You really are.
He makes his living off of being a debater and everything. I'm not a debater. I'm more of
I'm a lover.
Obviously a prankster, but I wanted to show a different side of me, and I feel like that video really did show a different side of me, where I show more of my interviewing skills, more of less of the trolling, and more of me just asking the questions. You know, like Nico did the same video, and he actually got to talk to the leader of the KKK. But I don't see.
I agree, man. There's nothing wrong with it. But do you find it ironic to, on one hand, call me a liberal racist for criticizing your preparedness to have that conversation while doing a Nazi Hitler salute in front of a KKK building?
I mean, it's ironic.
It is ironic, right?
A black man doing that. It's like the same thing with the context of you saying the F word and the N word multiple times on iDub stream, Were you saying it out of racism? Yes or no?
No.
So obviously, so
you're
doing that out of racism?
So what is the context?
Bro, I didn't know Jidion.
The context is a black guy at a KKK camp where he shouldn't be throwing up their salute. Obviously, I'm just joking around, not joking around about the situation.
Shoot, Jidion's face kind of looks kind of uncomfortable here, and he knows it too because he kind of jabbed Ethan with the whole thing.
More of the fact,
but then it's uncomfortable. I'm getting kind of.
Nazis really even hated black people that much. I think they did. Oh,
yeah.
I thought the Nazis. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. So
if you one of the Aryan race, they didn't like you.
But
because I remember Hitler was obsessed with like that Olympian.
Well, he thinks Jews were at the very bottom of the totem pole, but he had a whole totem pole, and black people were pretty far down there too. Anybody that wasn't blonde, blue-eyed,
Aryan
basically was a lower person. So
okay, so this is okay, cool.
Yeah, but I just wanted to come on here like, you know what? I feel like I didn't, really display my true feelings. So I hope you know my true feelings now. I'm not expecting an apology or anything like that, but like this is exactly what I want to do. It's like
Yeah.
having the conversation instead of us having the beef on
Yeah,
Twitter for
yeah.
years
Not debate,
and
but have a
doing the
conversation.
L3 because I don't know if you know this, but I actually grew up on you. Vape Nation, y'all. Like I grew up on you. I
Yeah,
feel like you
I heard.
inspired
Yeah.
a lot of my career and everything.
So you tweeted out like 2 days ago, I missed the old H3. What does that mean?
Hell yeah, I
Oh
missed all
man,
this
bro.
shit, bro.
We
I
missed
remember
the
always.
old H3 where you and Hilo, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Where you guys would just sit down, react to videos, make comedy sketches. You know the old H3, the H3 that was trying to raise a bunch of money to fight a lawsuit battle. I remember actually I was trying to donate my first paycheck to you because around this time you were raising money for I forgot the dude's name, but like
Hoss.
Hoffman or
Matt
Matt
Haas.
Hoss.
Yeah.
You were
Well,
trying
that's
to raise
awesome. I
money for
appreciate
the
that.
thing,
Yeah.
but you reached the goal way before I could even send in that paycheck and stuff.
Yeah, but
So
that
That's
was
that's the
awesome.
old
changing.
H3
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
But it seems like when people say that, it's more like detractors who are like, I don't like what he's become now. So I guess I'm curious, what is it that I do
It's
that
the
you don't
same
like
way
these
I'm
days?
thinking, bro.
Just to give you an opportunity to talk about it, because
He died
It's
now.
not necessarily that I don't like what you do now. It's just me personally.
you
I
like
just
the
feel
old
like
stuff.
I like the old stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes we think of the heyday. People are gonna say the same thing about me. People are gonna be like, "Oh man, I miss the old Jidion," and I understand. We have to grow up and
They're probably not
everything.
gonna like the new
And
Gideon,
I
bro. The
feel
one that
like
talks
you
about
maybe
the
took
Bible,
a
bro.
turn
I mean, I
further
like
off
it,
the
bro.
road than most people do with their careers. But hey, it's working. You have a successful brand for you. You have people like Dan, W employees in the chat, W
Yeah,
Dan in the chat,
Dan's
y'all.
definitely dubs for
So,
sure.
I
Thanks,
can't
man.
hate on you like that. You got a beautiful family and everything. So, I'm not gonna hate on you for that, but just shouting out the old H3H3 members,
So
the
it
old
was
H3.
like a shout out to being like, yo, this guy's old content rules. But I
Like
don't have a
remember the
problem.
old
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like remember the old days. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Win at work by
But his new
communicating
stuff
effectively
sucks, bro.
with Grammarly.
I literally unfollow
He
H3H3.
is
So
Just
anyway,
because
but
of that.
ultimately, I want to wrap it up and say,
But I can't remember what
don't.
it
It's
was.
not
I
like
think it
I
was
hated the video or
a game
even
that they
I
made,
had
or
very
I think they
strong
put out.
opinions about it. I think it just
I think it was on their other channel, and they put out like a random video trying to acquire money or whatever, and that made a lot of people mad.
turned into this
I can't
back and
remember what it
forth
was,
that
man,
kind
but
of turned interesting, and then
that made me disconnect.
the orangutan thing was kind of nuts. So, but I'm glad
Yeah,
we
that's
could talk it
Matthew
out.
for you.
Yeah, what?
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on Matthew for that. But also, if you go on my community tabs on my second channel, you'll see like 3 or 4 months ago, he had posted one thumbnail. I was like, bro, sorry if we have to delete that other thumbnail because Matthew was wilding.
What was it?
Oh man, I forget, but he's a 17-year-old. I hired a
He's
17-year-old.
good.
So
I mean, yeah, I like that he expresses himself a little bit there, but I guess sometimes you take it too far. I clicked that shit. I was
Nah.
like, I
you
said, what?
I heard what you said about I gotta be more around. So before things go up, I'm gonna take criticism where criticism is due. I'm gonna make sure before things go out. So if it's not on my part, I can nip it in the bud
Look,
so
man, they like
situations
each
like
other,
this don't
man.
happen.
Look.
And
H3
I'm
is
not gonna tell
fine.
you what to do because this is obviously your business. But I would just say going in the future, especially talking about issues like regarding other races, I would say maybe have more self-awareness of like what you're saying because you got to realize different races have different fights they're going against because obviously you talk about so many different topics. So obviously you're going to end up talking about different races. So I would just say more of have like a look on, okay, what could this race be going through at a time where, could my comments maybe offend someone or offend this race? And I would say if you go in with that more forethought, because what you said here, if you would have said that in your video, I wouldn't have not said anything. It would have been like, you know what, fair point. I can see that, but maybe next time, next interview, I can interject more, and be like, okay, guys, don't listen to that part. But you didn't give me room to make corrections for the future. You more of just made a statement that low key I felt was patronizing. But you know what? I feel like we squashed it off here, and
But by
I hope there's no hard feelings.
I don't know
there's
about
no hard
squashing.
feelings. I never did. I like you. I think you're funny. I think you're talented, and I think you
I
have a bright
appreciate
future.
that. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah, but just so you know, like when I said the N
not
word,
sorry.
that was wrong, right? Like I apologize for that, and I've learned a lot, and that's something that I would never do now. And I hope you know that about the Nazi salute as well.
Yeah, and you know what? Even in the context of you're Jewish, so I apologize if that offended you. And you know, I was hoping that it was
Just-
pretty well known
yeah.
that it was ironic, but you know, it seemed to take offense to you. So since it took offense for you,
Well,
I'll
if
apologize
you-
on my end. So I appreciate
nice
you
try.
apologizing, and I apologize on
Okay.
my end as well.
There you go. Beautiful. Well, I appreciate you being mature and calling in and saying what up. And
Yeah, man. You know, I don't like beef.
saying
You know,
but you know,
shout out
I,
Pokey.
and you know, I
Oh
saw you
my
got
gosh,
in
dude.
trouble.
No,
with,
don't
with
remind me
some
about that
Pokey
one.
stuff, and you guys squashed the beef. I thought that was cool too. But again, yeah, it's not like a heavy criticism. You know, it's just some comments. But I understand. It's all good. I understand getting feeling patronized as well. So it's all good. I apologize.
I appreciate that, Ethan. Thank
What do
you.
I
Wait,
apologize?
do you understand, Jidion feeling patronized? Not you feeling
Yeah, I
patronized.
apologize.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Anyway, thank you, bro. Appreciate you calling
man.
in.
What?
Everybody in the
So
chat,
at the end, he
W
apologized.
podcast, W stream right now. You guys can still
Whittian.
call me Ladion. It's all good.
No, we've been
but,
calling you Whittion today.
Whittian.
We Whittion? Okay.
W
Fake
today.
Nation.
Oh,
You
vape
be
days,
safe,
bro.
guys.
All right.
Love you, Dan.
Thanks, bro.
Love you, Dan.
Take it
Dan
easy.
became the
Damn.
hero.
So at the end of the day, man, they pretty much hashed it out. But damn, that's crazy, bro. That they finally talked to each other, because honestly, they were just hating on each other for a little bit. But this is another arc, man. Another person Jidion had to talk to. Squash the beef, just like he did with Hassan, just like he did with Pokemon, just like he did to that one artist in that one park where they hashed it out with the art contest or whatever. But all respects to Jidion, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. And man, keep uploading your videos. I think you'd be uploading them once a week or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I bought your shirt. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Saying sorry to people and forgiving people for what they say and stuff like that. But you're a true champ.